right, so we're all in quarantine, and one thing that we have plenty of time for is to cook. Who doesn't love to cook? If you don't, well, that's what I'm here to show you how to do some very exciting things with your plate. I'm gonna show you 2 different ways to use compound butter today. So, what is compound butter? Simply put, it's butter infused with your favorite ingredients, whether it be herbs, spices, or whatever that you want. The first one is gonna be a savory butter. It's a nice herbed butter that you can use for beef, chicken, fish, whatever you want to. And the next one is a sweet one. Who's ever gone to a steakhouse and had that delicious honey butter on the nice warm rolls? I'm gonna show you how to make that at home, and you can use every single day. So let's get into it. Now, if you don't have a food processor, you can do it by hand, but I highly suggest if you don't have one, get one. There's lots of things you can do with this food processor. So, first thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna start with our savory butter. Take whatever herbs that you want. We're gonna do some rosemary since I have a lot of it here. We're just gonna pick all the rosemary off the stems. Very easy. Don't worry about trying to chop it up because it's gonna go in the food processor and it's gonna do the work for us. So here I got a nice big pile of rosemary. We're gonna throw that right in here in the food processor, just like this. Now that we got our herbs in the processor, for me, garlic. We're gonna throw that in the food processor, just like that. All right, now the next thing that we're gonna do is we need the butter, of course. It's the main ingredient, and just kind of cut it into 1-inch sections. We just wanna throw that in. So far, we just have herbs, garlic, and butter. I'm gonna add just a little bit of salt, a little bit of cracked pepper. All right, so once we have everything in the food processor, we just wanna put the top on like so, and just give it some spins. All right, so it looks like we're at the right consistency. I don't see any big chunks of butter or any big chunks of herbs. So the next step is to shape it. So we're just gonna scoop this out. The fresh herbs and the garlic is just smelling so good right now. Once you kind of get there, then just take your plastic wrap, fold it over halfway like this, take your hands, and just kind of move it along and shape it into a log like this. Now you wanna take this and stick it straight in the freezer, and I'll show you what it looks like in just a minute. All right, so we got that one in the freezer to set up. Now, I just pulled one out. Whenever you're ready to use it, no matter how much you need, if you're just gonna use it in a pan, just cut off a slice, throw it into your sauteed chicken, steak, whatever you're gonna do. So that is an herb butter. You can use whatever herbs and spices that you want. The next one is really fun. The kids are gonna love it. A nice honey butter. Check this out. Just need some butter. About a pound, we're gonna throw that in. And this one is probably the easiest one to make, absolutely hands down. And then about a 1/4 cup of honey. I'm gonna throw that in just like that. And then you want about a teaspoon of cinnamon, or just take, I don't know, maybe a half a stick, throw that in there. Put the top on, and once again, just keep pulsating it. All right, so that's all blended up nice and good. Now this one I like to call an everyday butter. So instead of doing the saran wrap log that we keep in the freezer, we're gonna do something a little extra special. All you're gonna need is a muffin tin. All right, we're gonna take our muffin tin, and just to make it easier to get out a little bit later on, we're gonna take some saran wrap. We're gonna take our butter and just simply press it down into it. Just like so. You want to spread it out. Once you got all your butter in the muffin tin, you're just going to want to pop this in the freezer for a couple hours. When it's done and nice and firm, you're just going to take it out. We have some beautiful portions of honey butter. So for a complete list of ingredients to build your own compound butter, visit us at designingspaces.tv. See you next time.